We are live. What's going on, guys? How we doing today? Mr. Go here breaking down this NHL schedule. Hopefully there's no lagging going on here. Seeing a little lag going on here. Let me exit something. There we go. Should be good to go. What's going on, guys? Let's break down some hockey talk here. Let's make it happen. Today is the 6th of February. This is now into week 3 or 4 of the NHL season. It's been a good one, actually. We haven't had a single week in the red yet, guys. We've had all 3 weeks so far in the black positive. This week we're only up 1 unit, so crunch time is now. We got 2 days left to stay in the black, and the COVID's taken effect on this NHL season, guys. It's too bad because Saturdays are usually jam packed. We only have 6 games on a Saturday. It just doesn't seem too right. But anyways, my name's, like I said, Mr. Gokster. You can find all my picks, guys, at pickcity.com. 25% off, bar down 25. You got to go bar down with that. And I get 25% off any subscription, daily, weekly, or monthly. You can see the prices just down below there, guys. Enough of that. That's where if you want to get all my picks going forward. Today we have a free show, so you're going to get all my best bets. So far we have 2. Going to probably add another one by the looks of it, though. 6 games, make it short and sweet. Starting off nice and early here, guys. We got Ottawa Senators and your Montreal Canadiens. This game's going to be played at Ottawa. They just came off a game in Montreal, as you guys know. 3-2 for the Senators. They played a really hard-fought game. It's a young lated team here, guys, led by guys like Tkachuk, Batherson, Stützle. It's a real young team. The real leader is their defenseman here, Thomas Chabot. His 3rd year with the team. He's their go-to guy. He's going to be moving the puck up for this team. He is obviously in the lineup. He's paired up with Zaitsev. This Ottawa team, though, guys, after that first line of Chabot and Zaitsev, they're hurting. They got Riley Zub. I don't even know who this Zub guy is. He must have came from Russia or somewhere overseas. But and Brandstrom and Grubranson. Grubranson, he's a great defender there. He's the 3rd liner now with the other Eric. But this defense is really going to be hurting. They held Montreal to 2 goals. And from what I heard, guys, is Montreal, that was one of their worst games of this season. They didn't play too good by any means. And they're led by defensemen here, Sherratt, Weber, Edmondson, Petrie, Kulak, and Mete. That's a deep set of defenders there, guys. Also defenders that can put the puck in the net. So Montreal, they got Tatar, Deneau, Gallagher, Juan, Suzuki, Anderson. That top 2 lines right there, guys, is extremely better than anything Ottawa's got here. They got Tkachuk, Norris, and Danilov. It's very young and inexperienced, so still trying to find some chemistry there. Next line's Paul, White, and Batherson. Paul and Batherson played in the AHL. Watch them a lot. They're AHL guys, though. They're playing in the NHL now against a Montreal Canadiens team that's probably a top 5 team in the league. It's a really tough ask. And that line they're going to be going up against, guys, is Joanne, Suzuki, and Anderson. Good luck. I think that's their best line the Montreal Canadiens have. And that's saying something with Tatar, Deneau, Gallagher, Toffoli, Kotkaniemi, Perry. It's a deep team, guys. Ottawa, they got some firepower in Tkachuk, Norris, Batherson, Stützle. Galchenyuk, that guy's been a real waste man. He's on Ottawa. He used to play for Montreal. He's been moved around Arizona. This game here, though, guys, I don't have one of my best bets on it by any means. Line's 1.4 for Montreal, 3.16 for Ottawa. Total 6.5, 1.99 to the over, 1.90 to the under. So slightly into the under there by the books. But my pick here, guys, just looking at this price too, I want to go over the goalies. Murray's actually 5-1 against Montreal. Keep in mind that was versus Pittsburgh, who had a much better defense than this Ottawa team has. He's 5-1 with a 2.16 goals against average, but he's 1-2-1 this year at home with a 3.79. So he's definitely got some work to do. As you see, those numbers from Pittsburgh, 5-1 against Montreal, hasn't transpired this season for Murray, who's got a 3.79 with only 1 win on the year at home. So Price is going to be going for Montreal. I believe he's fresh. He's 27-10 in his career against this Ottawa team. 2.23 goals against, 2-0 with a 3.14 on the road this year. Carey, this is a really good bounce back spot for Montreal, in my opinion. If Ottawa wins this game, it's not going to be a 1-0, 2-0 game. If Ottawa wins this game, it's going to be because I can't see it, but it would be because they score a lot of goals. They're not a defensive-minded team by any means. This is an over team. Montreal, but on the other hand, they could be an under team. So I'm not going to think twice about this, guys. It's an early game. Those early games are always tough because sometimes one team has the advantage over the other. I was watching the New Jersey Devils play earlier on this year, and we found out the New Jersey Devils love playing at home at 1 o'clock. For whatever reason, their motors are ready to go at that time. So I don't have any information on which team necessarily is ready to go earlier than the other, but just keep an eye on this game, guys. 1 o'clock Eastern, Ottawa, Montreal. I do lean towards Montreal on the puck line. I don't see why they don't beat this team 4-1. Even an Ottawa team total under, I don't see them winning this game. And Price is in net. You're going to have a much better defensive game from Montreal. They played their worst game of the year a couple nights ago against Ottawa. So look for a bounce back spot. Ottawa is a much better team at home. They do score a lot more goals. So I definitely wouldn't be leaning to an under, but my stronger play would be towards Montreal. Even a team total over possibly. Murray hasn't been good this year, so at home he's got a good record. But again, that's when he was with Pittsburgh. Price looks like he's going to be stellar. 3 lines that are extremely better than they're light years better than what Tkachuk, Norris, Dadonov, Paul White, Batherson, Stützle, Stepan, and Brown have. Montreal just way deeper, guys. Let's pull the trigger on the Montreal Canadiens. That's not a best bet, but that's going to be the way we are looking in that game. And I'd have to look over. But I don't love that play. 6.5. It's a tough one to call there, guys. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Don't forget, Gogi Sports. Use promo code BARDOWN25. Gets you 25% off any of the products I have available. And today's card is for free. It's on the Gog. But going forward there, if you guys want some plays, you got to visit the link down below. And let's keep it moving here. 3 o'clock Eastern time. We're not messing around. Afternoon hockey. Gotta love it. Best bet time, guys. Here we go. Arizona, St. Louis. Line opened up 2.46 Arizona, 1.61 St. Louis. Arizona had a good game last night, guys. They played hard. This is going to be their 3rd game in a row. Arizona, they played really good in that first game, guys. They had the 3rd period. They outplayed St. Louis. So we came back with Arizona first period and full game yesterday. So that was a nice casher. Today, on the other hand, switch spots. Arizona or St. Louis won the first one. Arizona won the second one. I'm coming back with St. Louis here, guys. Arizona's very young, very, very young. Keller, Schmaltz, Garland, Caglia, Dvorak, Pitlick, Brassard, Hayton, Kessel. Okay, Kessel. Yeah, we get that. We get he's the old man eating hot dogs. But Chaput. I don't know him, but Larson and Hayden. This is a very young team. They don't have a lot of firepower, to be honest. Very similar to Ottawa, actually, if I look at it, with Dvorak, Cagliari, Keller, Hayton, even Garland. They got Pitlick. They got a lot of young guys. Their defense is much better than the Ottawa Senators, though. Arizona, they have Chychrun. He's like a Shabbat. Chychrun's a really good defender. I've been watching him a lot for Arizona. Gross, they just picked him up. He's on the first line with Chychrun. Then you got Hjalmarsson and Goligoski, two solid defenders, especially Hjalmarsson. He's been on the national team for Sweden for a long time. And then you got Osterley and Demers. Demers, I'm not a big fan of. I've watched him a couple of times. I believe he played for Vegas Golden Knights as well. Not a big fan of him, but I just have a hard time believing this team and this offense from Arizona can come back and win another game on the road against St. Louis, who's they're deep, guys. We were looking at Sanford, O'Reilly, Perron, Schwartz, Shen, Kyrou, guys. This guy's a rookie, played unbelievable for the San Antonio Rampage last year in the AHL. This guy, look out for Kyrou, little guy, speedster. Hoffman, Thomas, Bias. Anyway, those two guys, Bias, Hoffman, goal scorers. Clifford, Barbashev, and Sundqvist. Barbashev and Sundqvist are another guys that can put the puck in the net. Clifford's a big guy, but they got 4 lines that are deep. Not old, but experienced. And I love everything I'm seeing from St. Louis. They're going to be a bet on team for me pretty much all year, guys. Led by Krug and Falk, Dunn, Parenko, and Gunnarsson and Mikkola. They're solid defenders there. There's no real holes in this St. Louis game, to be honest. Binghamton, he's 3-2 with a 1.67 record against Arizona in his career. So 1.67 goals against. That's really good. That's quite impressive. So keep that in mind there. Binghamton he's had Arizona's numbers in the past. Kemper's going to get the start. Ranta looked unbelievable yesterday, guys. Ranta had his first start, and he played some good hockey, saving over 40 pucks for the Arizona team, getting that W. 3-3 with a 2.65 against St. Louis. That's Kemper. He's 0-3 with a 4.09 goals against on the road. He struggled on the road. Now he's got to win back-to-back games against a team that's, they're pissed off. They lost the game 4-3, but they almost came back and beat Arizona, actually, guys. So I love St. Louis here. I also kind of lean towards the over, but again, I don't love it as much as the two side plays I've given out on these first two early games. Montreal puck line was the first one, and this one is our best bet, St. Louis regulation. I got that at 2.02, guys. Gave that out around 12 o'clock midnight last night, so hopefully you can still get the plus money. Anything 2 and decimal form means pretty much plus 100 and up. So get that 2.0 or higher, and let's cash that ticket, guys. St. Louis money line, don't think twice about it. Expect some goals here. Team total over for St. Louis. That's the way we're looking in that game, guys. Moving on to the next one here, 7 o'clock Eastern time. Pittsburgh Penguins and your New York Islanders. Should be another good game here. Two teams moving in the opposite directions, really. Islanders are struggling. Pittsburgh's putting up goals. Not getting the greatest goalie play from Yari and DeSmith. Doesn't surprise me, to be honest. They got rid of Murray. Yari played for the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton Penguins a couple years ago. He was all right, but he's no Shesterkin or Binghamton, some of these guys that came up in the AHL and that are making a name for themselves. So not a big fan of Pittsburgh's goalie, but, Getzel, Crosby, Russ, Zucker, Malkin, Kapanen, McCann, Bueller, Tanev, O'Connor, Janikowski, Lafferty. The thing is, Pittsburgh's got third and fourth line can put the puck in the net, especially, Tanev and McCann. These are they're a great tandem together. Tanev is speedster, smaller guy. McCann, a bigger guy. They work together. They're meshing. That's the word I'm trying to say. They're meshing very, really well right now. So the fourth line too makes up Janikowski and Lafferty. You guys might not know much about these guys. Janikowski, all you Flames backers know how good he's been over the last few years. Now he's on Pittsburgh, and he's just been out battling these fourth line guys. You have Janikowski on the fourth line. That's a steal. Then you got Lafferty, a young guy who also played for Wilkes-Barre-Scranton, but he was the top guy in that team. Lafferty there, he was first name slipped my mind, but he's got a brother too that plays for the Utica Comets. Lafferty, he's the better of the two, and making the fourth line, I don't mind that at all. They have the better offense, no doubt about it, than the Islanders. The Islanders, you got Lee, Barzal, Bailey, Timashov, Nielsen, Eberle, DeColy, Peugeot, Cizric, Martin Cizikas, and Clutterbuck. It's just, they're all pylons, guys. Islanders they're a really weird team. They're an under team more times than not. When they get hot, that's when you want to back the overs. Right now, they're having an issue with stopping the puck, surprisingly. Varlamov, he's had some issues, but he's going to be at home. At home this year, 2-0 with a 0.50 goals against. So he knows how to bounce back at home. You're going up against a Pittsburgh team who, defensively, they got holes. They have a lot of holes. They have no Letang, no Dumoulin, no Peterson. So you got Joseph, young guy, Marino, Rudwell, Ceci, Kuzman, and Yannick Weber. They have a banged-up defense, very, very banged-up defense, Pittsburgh right now. So it's an easier, if the Islanders want to score, put the puck in the back of the net, this might be the team to do it against. Pittsburgh, they're so banged up right now. You got to expect a better defensive game from this team. They're known as a defensive team, as you guys probably know. Pelech, Pollock, Leddy, Mayfield, Green, and Dobson. Those are 6 guys who can, play on any 1-2 first and second line defense on any team there. So their third line with Green and Dobson I do like as well. Much better than anything the Pittsburgh Penguins have for you guys. So Yari, he's 3-0 against the Islanders in his career with a 1.62, but this is a different Yari this year. He's 0-3 on the road with a 4.90 goals against. That's just awful. Who do you go to? Who do you look at? DeSmith? The guy's played for his AHL Warrior. I don't think he's ready yet. On the other hand, you got the Islanders with Varlamov. He's the only guy they got, really. They got Sorokin, Ilya Sorokin. He played for the KHL, I believe Moscow, CSK Moscow. He was a steal there, but over here, I think he's got some stuff he's got to work on. So Varlamov is the guy you want between these two goalies. You got the much better defense. Islanders, their offense, this is the team you should start putting it together against, where the Pittsburgh Penguins, they do have quite a good offense, 4 lines that can score, but they're tested against one of the better defensive teams in the Islanders, who are looking to start locking down teams. Coach I slipped my name there, but bald guy there, Lou Morello. No, that's the GM. Anyway, guys, Barry Trotz will have this team ready to go. So I'm leaning towards the New York Islanders here, guys. Not a best bet, but I'm going to circle that one, though, because I don't mind the Islanders here as a nice bounce back spot, even first period. Actually, you know what? I do have a best bet on this one, guys. New York Islanders first period is exactly where I went on this one. Now that I think back on it, 1.92 is the odds I got. I expect the Islanders to come right at them early and often. Could be a full game you could look at as well. Just the offense from the Islanders has been so iffy, and Pittsburgh does have some goal scorers on their team. But early on, I don't think Pittsburgh's going to get off to a great start. It's more so the Islanders are going to come right at them. Trotz is going to have them ready to go. Early one goal, 1-0. Get out of there with our nice win there, guys. New York Islanders first period is going to be our second best bet of the night there. First one was the St. Louis Blues 3-way regulation over Arizona. So, excuse me. That's where we're looking here, guys. 3 games down. We got 1, 2, 3 more to go. 15 minutes in. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We are here in Belleville, Ontario, Canada, home of Hockey Town. You know, we got some Andrew Shaw. You know, we got you got Cuzzy. You got some of the scrappers. You know, Matt Cook. You know, not exactly the greatest goal scorers around this area, but we know how to score in front of the net. That's for sure. Anyways, enough of that bickering battle. Let's get right back to it here, guys. Vancouver Canucks, Toronto Maple Leafs. This game's going off at 7 p.m. Eastern. Line opened up 2.68 Canucks, 1.53 Toronto. Jesus, I don't know where to start with this Vancouver team. This team they got problems. Defensively, Hughes and Ben, that's all they have. Schmidt, he's got issues. I don't know what's wrong with this guy. His PEDs aren't working anymore. And he's teamed up with Myers. He's a big pylon, guys. His sticks get in the way. He's taking penalties. He's not doing anything to help the team. Then you got old Edler and Chatfield. It's just defensively, this team has problems. They don't have goaltending. I'm sorry for everybody who's really high on Demko. From what I'm seeing, his positioning's off. He's a streaky goalie. I don't think I saw him too much in the NHL, but he doesn't seem. He's a streaky goalie. He's not. One game he can be on, next game he can be off. That's not a goalie you can rely on. He's a backup goalie, in my opinion. So they're gonna have to go with Holtby here. He's 1-2 with a 4.01 on the road this year, so he hasn't been that strong either. But it's just the defense. He has no defense in front of him. He's gonna have to stand on his head. I don't like the last 2 lines from the Canucks either here, guys. Roussel, Sutter, Gaudette, Mott, Beagle, and Virtanen. That's going to be going up against VC, Kerfoot, Makayev, Patan, Boyd, and Spezza. Slight advantage to Toronto on the bottom 2 lines. Top 2 lines, almost a wash. But I don't like their top player here, guys. Elias Pettersson. He's playing with Hoglander and Pearson. Young Hoglander. Pettersson's trying to be the guy to, dish everything out. Pearson's been scoring some goals as well, but I just think Pettersson should be up there with Miller and Besser. Put him up there with Miller and Besser. You're going to get way more goals, way more production. Put Horvat down with Pearson and Hoglander. I just think that'd be a better fit. Horvat being the captain, where I think he just worked better with Hoglander. Hoglander and Pettersson are very similar players. I think their lines are a little off right now, and I don't know what the coach is doing for Vancouver, but they have some issues right now. A lot of stuff to figure out defensively. They're one of the worst defensive teams in the league, and it's not even close. Toronto, on the other hand, are playing really good hockey right now. I almost don't know what to do. It's almost like don't knock twice, or don't step on the crack, or Toronto might fall apart. Like, it's quite surprising to see them doing this well. Anderson, he's 4-1 with a 2.38 goals against at home, so he's the much better of the 2 goalies right now. Weak D for Vancouver. 6.5, 1.86 total, 2.03 to the under, 1.86 to the over. What do you guys think? Anything in the chat there, guys? Throw some in. Any questions you guys have, any picks, any predictions, throw it all in the chat there. I'd love to hear from you. This game here, though, I want to just take another over. It's 1.86. Anything above 1.80, I'd pull the trigger there, guys. I can't see Vancouver playing defensively, and Toronto is not a defensive team. Yeah, they got Brody. They're looking a little bit different on the blue line. Muzzin Hall, Dermott, Bogosian, but Vancouver's not going to win 2-1. You kidding me? It could be another 3-3 overtime, 4-3, cash another 6.5 there, guys. Probably should be a 7 to be honest. Yeah, give me the over. Total play. That's going to be the first one of the day there, guys. 6.5 to the over. Vancouver, Toronto. How else can this game finish? Defensively, Vancouver have major issues. Toronto, on the other hand, they're scoring like I haven't seen them score all in the last 5 years, probably consistently right now. Playing these Canadian teams, Toronto's really they don't seem challenged. You know, Vancouver, small. They need a team like Boston, Philadelphia. Those bigger, bruising teams are the ones that Leafs struggle against. Montreal, even maybe Winnipeg. The North's pretty soft. Other than Montreal and Toronto, guys, the North's pretty soft. But anyway, Vancouver, Toronto. I like the over there. Moving on to 10 o'clock. Speaking of the North, we'll stick to up to Canada. Edmonton, Calgary, 10 o'clock Eastern time. Battle of Alberta here, guys. If you don't know about it, this is two teams from Alberta, Canada, and one from the north, Edmonton, one from the south, and Calgary, and they do not like each other at all. This being in Calgary in the south. Let's see, Koskinen, Markstrom. Start with the goalies, guys. Koskinen, he's been costing everybody's money, including me, including the team. This team, they beat up on Ottawa. Other than Ottawa, they've struggled to win back-to-back games against any of these other Canadian teams. Koskinen, as I said, 2-2 with a 3.04 goals against on the road. Markstrom, he is 2-2 with a 2.29 goals against at home. So slight advantage to Markstrom. Overall, though, here, guys, what I want to talk about this game. Let's start with the offense here. You got Edmonton's going with Nugent Hopkins, McDavid, Puljujarvi, Kuhan, Draisaitl, Yamamoto, Archibald, Hayes, Cassian, Kolakok, Turris, and Cassian or Chason. Sorry, this Edmonton lines just seem all out of whack. Nugent Hopkins, McDavid, Puljujarvi, that's solid. Kuhan, Draisaitl, Yamamoto, yeah, you gotta like that. Archibald, Haas, and Cassian. That's just a line that's just trying to eat up minutes. They're not putting many goals in the back of the net. They're trying to beat you up. Going up against the third line in Mangiapane, Backlund, and Levo, that's way more offense. They're more likely Calgary is going to score lines 3 and 4, in my opinion, than Edmonton. First two lines, yeah, you got to give it to McDavid and Draisaitl's lines over Kachuk, Lindholm, Dubé, Johnny Hockey, Mahan, and Simeon. Overall, though, here, guys, defense, Nurse, Barry, Legason, Larson, Roussel, Bouchard. Nothing, Nurse and Barry. Not the greatest defensive team, Edmonton here, guys. They're going to try and put the puck in the net, obviously. That's the name of the game. Edmonton here didn't have a good feel on this one, guys. Line opened up 6.5, 2.03 to the over, 1.86 to the under. Edmonton 2.09, Calgary 1.83, pretty close on the money lines there. This could be a live bet kind of game. There's a couple websites I look at, guys, that you can look up. It's teams that trail and that come back versus teams that lead and give up and that are trailing at the end of the game. That's a big stat because I think this game's going to go back and forth. I might look to live bet Edmonton if they're down or Calgary if they're down. Calgary's coming off a bit of a road trip, and Edmonton, on the other hand, let me just bring this up here, guys, while I got you. If there are any questions you have there, any picks, any predictions, I'll give you what I got. Right now we are 20. We're up. I think we're 29 and like 22 or something like that, guys. Up about 7 units on the year. So we know a little something about the game, Let's get to this. I just want to get the schedules up here, guys, for Edmonton. You really got to see who the teams have played before. The previous games, road, home, type of competition, things like that. That goes for really any sport, any league. So Edmonton, yeah, as we know, they beat up on Ottawa those 2 games. So they've had 4 games at home, and they won 3 of the 4, all of them going over, every single one of them. So they still have issues, Edmonton, on defense. They haven't played each other at all this year either. Edmonton's given up goals. Edmonton's given up. I lean towards Calgary, I think, here, guys. Issue being third and fourth lines. I don't like the production from Edmonton from lines 3 and 4, where Calgary had Mangiapane, as I said, Backlund, Levo, Lucic, Derek Ryan, and Nordstrom. They have more firepower right there by quite a ways. And Edmonton, on the other hand here, guys, as I said, Nurse, Barry, Legacy, Larson, Roussel, Bouchard, nothing special there. They're even Edmonton's AHL team, Bakersfield Commodores. They were very weak all year. Anything they bring up, I'm not too impressed by. They just got their asses kicked against the San Diego Gulls last night. So Edmonton, they don't have a good farm system either. Not too high on this team this year again. Calgary on their hands. So they just had that 3-game series against the Jets, and they actually they won the first one, lost the next 2. They've had a long road trip. So this is their first game back off a long road trip. A lot of teams like to fade that look, but I'm not. It's not a best bet here, guys, but we're pulling the trigger. Might have a little couple bucks on it. Calgary money line. I have to look Calgary money line. And last game of the night here, everyone, we're looking at San Jose, Anaheim. We cashed a ticket last night with the San Jose Sharks. Great bounce back team, bounce back spot. Both these teams can give up leads, as you guys saw last night. What was it, 2-1, 1-0. Next, 3-1, 3-3, 5-3, or 4-4, 4-4, 5-3, 5-4. Like, just crazy games. So this one here, though, guys, we got 1.94 San Jose, 1.94 Anaheim. Getzlaf's day-to-day. Without Getz, this Anaheim's got one of the worst offenses, really. Henrique, Grant, Terry, Heinen, Steele, Silverberg, Comtois, Lundstrom, Raquel, Delurier, Bacchus, and Rowney. They've spread out their top guys: Raquel, Silverberg, Henrique, Terry coming up from the San Diego Gulls last year. It's a very young team. They don't score many goals. Scoring 4 goals was the most amount of goals they scored all year. Last night they're scoring 4 goals against San Jose. Don't expect that to happen, but you're going to get the backup goalies going here, guys. Dubnyk and Miller. Dubnyk 0-3 with the 3.23 goals against on the road. Yikes. Miller, he's lost his one start as well. 0-1 with a 3.13 at home. So both goalies looking for the first win of the year. Defensively, they're both not too bad. Vlasic, Burns, Ferrero, Carlson, Nizov, and Simek. Could be butchering those 2 guys' last names on the San Jose Sharks. But anyway, Lindholm, Shattenkirk, Fowler, Hakanpää, I don't know him, Hutton, and Larson. For the most part, pretty good defense. Slightly lean, in my opinion, to San Jose. Offensively, Kane, Couture, LeBlanc, Donato, Hurdle, Marlowe, Gregor, Cambrell, Mir, Nieto, Shlomelsky, and Sorensen. Fourth line's not bad by any means. Nieto, Shlomelsky, and Sorensen. It's just both these teams, guys. I'm not going to probably make a bet on this. I like the angle last night with San Jose. I'd almost lean to an under here. Coming back, both these teams are not that offensive-minded. What you saw last night, guys, I'd be highly surprised if we see it again tonight. Both these goalies have an easy task in the San Jose and Anaheim. Both these goalies are going to enjoy this matchup. So what do we got here? 5.5, 1.94 to the over, 1.92 to the under. I do lean to the under in this game here. Anaheim, San Jose. Don't love it. Our best bets, though, guys, we're pretty much closing up the show here. Just broke down all 6 NHL games. I'm going to go over the AHL as well, slightly, just really short, a couple 2 seconds. No one's even going to know about it. And, so let's get to it here. Ottawa, Montreal, we're giving out a lean here on the Montreal Canadiens puck line going off in about hour and 45 minutes. Next one, best bet. Don't forget about this one. St. Louis Blues, 3-way regulation, 2.02. So you get that at over plus money. St. Louis over Arizona, 3 o'clock Eastern. Next one here is also a best bet here. We all gave out to our clients is Pittsburgh New York Islanders. We like the Islanders first period. Come after it. Get after it. Cash our ticket. New York Islanders first period over the Pittsburgh Penguins. Next one's a lean between Vancouver, Toronto. Another over. Both these teams, all I know how to do is score. Vancouver are just awful defensively and in the net. Next one here, Edmonton, Calgary. Another lean towards Calgary. Should be a great game between the Battle of Alberta. I just think the third and fourth line from Calgary is going to outshine Edmonton's third and fourth line. How long can McDavid and Draisaitl put the puck in the back of the net? That's the question. Also, Markstrom's a much better goalie than Koskinen. Last game of the night here, as we just went over, San Jose and Anaheim. We lean to the under here. Don't expect the game to be as high scoring as it was yesterday. Dubnyk, Miller, not the greatest of goalies, but this is the best opportunity for them to go under and to get a W. So let's leave it at that there, guys. AHL, there's 7 games here. Haven't really had a chance to go over it, to be honest, guys. You got to wait to find out the goalies, who's going to be starting, who's in and who's out. So stay tuned. Follow me on Twitter, ego47_, and you'll have updates on my picks. You have updates on who I like, who I lean towards, and you'll find the links to get all those picks at pickcity.com, guys. So thanks for tuning in. We'll be back again next Saturday for the latest episode of Gogi Talk Sports. We'll break it down, baby, hockey style. You know how we do it. Get that cash. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you again next Saturday for the next episode of Gogi Talk Sports. Cheers.